What's up, everybody? It is I, Tony, and welcome back to another episode of TTBurger Game Reviews. And this is the final part of my Rampage Series review. This is episode 127, part 3 of 3. We have a lot to talk about here for this part, but those of you who missed what happened in the last part, episode 127, part 2 of 3, got you covered here with a little TTBurger recap to show you all what you missed. As I took a look at Rampage 2 Universal Tour, which was released on the PlayStation and the Nintendo 64 and Game Boy and stuff, but I looked at the PlayStation 2 version, it's the only version I have, and I gave it an 8.5 out of 10 because it did improve in the gameplay and the graphics and other things, but there were still some holdover problems from Rampage World Tour that were in here and stuff that pretty much affected it being a perfect score, but I ended up giving it an 8.5 out of 10 because it improved a lot, and it's definitely worth checking out, and definitely recommend this one out of the bunch, definitely. But now we're gonna zoom ahead to the year 2000 as we take a look at the final game released in the Rampage series, released in the 5th generation of gaming, and we got it right here. This is Rampage Through Time by Midway, released in the year 2000. Let's get started here. Now, my thoughts on Rampage Through Time is, sadly, this game did not receive the same love and care that the other two games did. I mean, they really tried to make it like a remake of the classic 1986 arcade Rampage game, but it just falls flat on its face on so many levels because there's a lot of problems with it, and it definitely hurts this game quite badly. And where do we start here? The story is once again told through those pre-rendered cutscenes, which has the dumb, absent-minded, stupid news reporter guy who is very stupid again, stuff like that, and he's talking about like how Scum Labs has created a time-traveling machine, and this time-traveling machine is like the monsters enter the time-traveling machine and just are destroying and going on a rampage around in different times and stuff. It's one of those cliche time traveling plots, and it's been so done to death that there's no originality to it whatsoever, and just it's stupid overall, and just it doesn't work here because you had a fantastic story in the second game about trying to rescue George, Lizzie, and Ralph, but now all of a sudden it's just they're on a rampage, destroying different times, like the Old West, the medieval time, and like going in the future, like Neo Japan and stuff, and going to China and Greece and stuff. While it's interesting on paper, it's like it just doesn't work well for a game like this, and it could have been done better. That's like if you created a Mortal Kombat game where you go through the old West and you fight Raiden in like a cowboy form, or you make a Spy Hunter game where you go through like the medieval times and stuff like that. Instead of being in the Interceptor, you're like in a horse and carriage. That's what it'd be like. It could have worked for a different game, but for a game like Rampage, it doesn't really work because like the storyline like this has been done to death, and this cutscene here just drags on and on and on. It's like about 3 or 4 minutes long, maybe even longer. And just the last story cutscenes were funny, but here it's like they try way too hard to be funny, and it just becomes more boring than funny. It's like on how like it drags on with like how the news reporter acts, like seeing him like be all mad and stuff. It's just like they tried too hard. I know that they were trying there, but still, that's the thing. But the cutscenes do look great, but it's just that it's just that like they're not as funny as they were in the last one. But now we gotta top the story here. The game's graphics here. What the hell happened here? The second game's graphics looked awesome. Here they're all flat looking, and like look at the character models. They look like cardboard cutouts of the characters from the last game. And this game does have a ton of characters in it, some new ones, and the characters from like World Tour and Universal Tour are here and stuff. But still, like the graphics could have been better. The building models look all generic looking, and like the monsters do animate okay, but like they look flat looking, just like no care went into them. It's like I'm playing as a cardboard cutout of characters, and I'm playing as two characters in this game: Lizzie the Lizard and Ruby the Lobster. Lizzie was in the Rampage World Tour, and of course Ruby was in Rampage 2 Universal Tour, and that's what you do there. And I'm sure you noticed here that there are 3 monsters in the gameplay. Well, in this game, you pick a character and you're teamed up with 2 other monsters, and this is where the game's problems come. The monsters sometimes attack you or attack each other without warning, and you have to spend time attacking them and getting them off your back. And the main problem I have with this is that the camera doesn't move if the monsters are still far back and such. Like you can't destroy a certain building either from a certain level if like the monsters are like still at the bottom and such. It's like you have no control over the camera. It only moves when the monsters get closer to the right side of the screen, and that really is a pain in the neck because like sometimes you could be waiting to try and you could be waiting for them for like minutes for them to come over here, and then you had to sit there and wait, and it's just pathetic that like you have to wait because the opponent AI or like the friendly AI, whatever you call them, doesn't want to behave. They'll just like I mean, sure, like I know they're told they're dead to destroy the building, but when they start attacking you or start attacking each other when you're waiting, it's going to be a pain in the neck, and it just really affects the game badly, and like it makes the game almost unplayable. And of course the sound, of course, like I mentioned, the voice acting from that dumbass news reporter and stuff and the cutscenes stuff is good, but the monster sound effects are recycled from the last game, and just that. And the music just could have been better. The music is nowhere near as good as it was in Rampage 2 Universal Tour and Rampage World Tour. In fact, it's taking a step down. I mean, like, I know I'm sounding like I'm being nitpicky here, but like, it's just that if you played this game, you would see that like the other 2 games were 10 times better than this, and it's just sad. But I dwell on it long enough. Now let's get into the gameplay here, and the gameplay is terrible. It's almost broken. It's almost broken beyond repair. If it weren't for like a game where you could if you weren't able to destroy buildings like that and stuff and such, and it was more flawed in many ways, then it would be even worse than it is now. Like I mentioned before, like you and 2 other monsters are destroying different time zones. It randomly picks one for you, so you have no control of which one you want to do. If you don't want to do medieval like that or if you want to do like the Wild West or so, then you're fucked and out of luck. So yeah, it's saying like it would be nice if you'd been able to pick them too, like how you could in Rampage to Universal Series and pick where you wanted to go. So that's the thing. I mean, like they did have some interesting ideas like with going to like dinosaur era and stuff too, but just still, it doesn't work for a game like this. And also, oh boy, I can't believe I gotta bring this up. The mini games, the mandatory mini games. These are awful, and you're probably wondering why they're awful. Simple. If you lose the minigame and don't come in first place, and you didn't get to a save point, it's game over for you, and you're going back to the beginning. And some of the mini games are just horrendous and pretty much almost unbeatable and unplayable. Like some of them are interesting, like shootout. We gotta get the most points before the time runs out, or like there was one where you like fly in an airplane, shooting down your opponent, getting 50 points and stuff. Those are cool, but some of them are so frustratingly difficult that you don't want to play them. You just want to skip them. But if you skip them, it's a game over for you, and you're fucked. And just all those little things really affect the game, because they could have done more to this here, but they didn't. Instead, it ends up being a household chore. And then a lot of people said the Rampage series is repetitive and stuff. And to be honest with you, with the problems here and stuff, it makes Rampage through time boring and repetitive and very frustrating at the same time. I mean, I never thought that like this game would be a huge step down to like where it would be unplayable and stuff. I didn't think that, because I thought, well, maybe since it was a PlayStation exclusive, it's the 3rd game coming out, maybe it would have improved. That would have been the best one of the bunch, but it ends up being the worst one of the bunch. And just, yeah. And like, if you want to play Rampage, you got Rampage World Tour, Rampage 2 Universal Tour. And the funny thing is, I actually recommend this game over Rampage Total Destruction, that awful game on the PlayStation 2, GameCube, and the Wii. And I had that game, but I didn't like it because it was even worse than this game. And if I still had it with me, I would review it, but since I don't have it, I'm not even gonna waste my time reviewing it and stuff. That's just me though. So my final thoughts here are: do not buy Rampage Through Time. Just stick with Rampage World Tour, Rampage 2 Universal Tour, and hell, go ahead and play the original arcade game as well and stuff, because it's accessible to like Midway Arcade Treasures, and I'm sure you can buy it and stuff and download it for your PS3 or PS4 or whatever. So definitely recommend that. My final rating here is, due to the complaints I have with this is getting a low score. A low score of a 3 out of 10 because of all the problems it has. Some people may say it's too low, some people may say it's too high, but it's the best score I can give it because of the problems it has. And that's basically all I have to say about Rampage Through Time. That pretty much wraps up my Rampage series review. When it comes to Rampage games, these are the ones I recommend. Rampage World Tour, whatever, on the PlayStation, Nintendo 64, PC, Sega Saturn stuff, pick it up because it's worth it. Or this one here, Rampage 2 Universal Tour, pick it up, but I do not recommend this one. Or Rampage Total Destruction. If I had it, I'd review it, but since I don't have it anymore, I can't review it, so sorry. That's pretty much all I gotta say for this episode. If you liked what you see, feel free to subscribe and click on that subscribe button, like the video and comment down below and tell me what you think, and I take requests as well for reviews. And also don't forget to join my Discord group in TTBurger Games United. The link is in the description below, so feel free to join. We're always looking for more people, and the group is getting bigger and bigger each day, so just letting you all know. That's pretty much all I gotta say. This is Tony, peace out and have a great day, and see you all in the next video. What will it be? Will it be a review? Will it be a top 10 list? Will it be a let's play? Well, stay tuned, find out. See you all then.